12V means this is a 12-volt battery, and the 70Ah is talking about the discharge rate or the capacity. And the other one is the CCA, is the cold cranking current, which is the 760. In other words, it is meant to be able to crank start a starter motor which goes up to that. So every good battery will have this kind of specification printed on either the box or the top. That means this battery has gone through vigorous testing procedures. A battery is accumulator, you said it. That means you discharge it, but you need to charge it back. When a user only use a car, for example, only for a short distance, but with all the devices turning on, in other words, the discharge is a lot, but the charging system is not able to fully charge back the battery. In a long run, this battery will definitely not last. We advise those kind of users that always go back to workshop, let them use a charger to charge it back before the next use. What are the other components in a vehicle that are closely linked with a battery? All of them works together. If you discharge it, what component to charge it back? If it's in a workshop, they will have a charger. But in a vehicle, they will have a component called alternator. And how to start a vehicle, make the engine run? You need a starter motor. And how to make this starter motor run? You need a battery to supply the current for it to turn. That's the motor. So all this works together. If the starter motor is not in good condition, or some people have changed a starter motor using a different spec, this will affect the battery's performance. Keep your car at idle, nothing. Even though you have removed the key, with everything connected to the battery, there are some hidden components, some hidden functions of a vehicle which you and I will not know that will be running, that they also run, it consumes energy from the battery. Basic, for example, clock, GPS, dash cam, alarm systems. To know that how much the drainage is, you need a clamp-on ammeter to measure. Initially, they may have a certain number of plates in a cell, but now they add on more cells, meaning that this is they assume the battery is better. If the battery has more plate, naturally that it will increase the weight. And that's where they come this idea of if the battery have more plate and is heavier, it sounds like it's a good battery. But nowadays, we don't use this old method to determine the battery whether it's good or bad. What we do is, that's why we have gone through that all these batteries, they have gone through vigorous testings by the manufacturer, and they will put down all these specifications. It depends what you need. There are many types of batteries with different specifications for different types of needs. Because there are so many different cars, we can't give exactly the brand and the name or the model of the vehicle to the workshop to the extent of what exactly the type of battery. We give them a common or a general guidance is they have to refer to OEM's spec. If this vehicle originally is fitted with EFB battery, then naturally they cannot go down to normal maintenance free or a wet charge, dry charge battery. They have to either go for EFB, which is similar to the OE specs, or they go for a high grade, which is an AGM. However, if this vehicle, the original spec is an AGM, then sorry to say, they have no other options, no choice. They have to use back by AGM. To put a battery which is not 100% charged, or just okay, that means it's from 12.4 volt, that means that the battery is approximately about 60 to 70% charge unit. This battery definitely is able to crank start an engine, no issue at all. But if you are not aware of the usage of this driver, then in the long run, it may create a problem. If this driver, like we say, if he's a salesman, immediately he drives the car out, he's going out station, the alternator systems may be able to charge it back. But however, if you put this battery into a vehicle that is used by a user who's drive only short distance, 5-10 kilometers per day only, is not able to charge it up. So in the long run, this battery will definitely fail.